Okay, you guys, I'm organizing my pantry. I've taken everything out of the pantry. The time is now 5:03. I've already, got a trash bag there going to throw away all of the items that are out of date, from 2014. And over here is my pantry. As you can see, I still have a lot of work to do in the top. I just removed all of the baskets from the shelves, and I have a ton of work to do in the bottom. So yes, it looks a hot mess. I am going to challenge myself to complete this project in 30 minutes. So I will be back to show you guys exactly what it looks like. I've been working on my pantry for a while, and one of the things that I had not done was label it. And I couldn't figure out how I wanted to label it. And I was watching At Home with Nikki when she did a little sprucing up in her pantry, and she used some chalkboard labels. And I thought that was an excellent deal. And so, an excellent idea, excuse me. And so when I started to look at labeling options, I ran across these the other day in Target. They were $1.18, and I thought they were great because I could just clip them on and off the basket. And I had already done a similar thing to this in my my closet, but I printed the labels versus using chalkboard. And so when I get ready to change out, I was having to reprint labels and things of that nature. But now it makes it really simple to change out the items that you're storing in that container, and nothing is permanent. So I really like that idea. And so these were just $1.18, and I'm going to show you how I use them when I made over. Guys, so here's my pantry. I'm going to give you guys an overview of how it turned out, and then I'll go back in and kind of describe what I did at every area. Now, mind you, this is a closet pantry. It's not a walk-in, so everything you see here is the space that I actually have, and so I wanted to maximize that space. Now, about 2 years ago, I went to Dollar General and I found these little, maybe a year and a half ago, it was in the fall, and I found these baskets, and I wanted these baskets to go in my pantry because I wanted something a little bit organized, because I didn't like the fact that things were falling through the shelf and it was hard to keep everything stable. And so when I started organizing my pantry, I organized it by the meals that I cook. And let me show you what I mean here. Like, for example, I have pasta on this label, and please forgive my handwriting. I'm going to buy some of that skinny chalk so I can write on these labels bigger, or either purchase some bigger labels, write on these labels better, or purchase some bigger labels because I had a bigger piece of chalk, or the traditional size chalk, and it was hard to form the letters. But anyway, so I picked up this basket, and I put just different pastas in there, spaghetti, and then I also put pasta sauce. So if I'm cooking pasta, all I have to do is pull down that entire basket, and everything that I'll need will be in that basket, and I don't have to move things around the shelf or look for things or wonder if I have things. I can quickly look at this basket and see that I do have pasta, I do have spaghetti, and I do have pasta sauce. Over here are the noodles, and these we don't eat them a lot, but when we have the kids over and we want to do something quick, or if my husband gets hungry and he wants to pop something in quick, he could just pop the noodles in. And then over here we have snacks, and that's basically popcorn and popsicles, and we don't use that a whole lot, so again, I leave that up top. And so if the kids needed it, my husband or I would pop the popcorn or whatever the case may be, but we kind of leave that up high because we don't use it a whole lot. On the next one, I have all of my items that I use for breakfast. So I have grits and pancake mix and syrup, and all the things that you would normally use to make breakfast foods. Over here I have canned goods, and these are things that I have, like basically Mexican and baked beans and rotel dip and things of that nature. And so I keep all of those items in this particular basket. I don't keep a whole lot of canned goods on hand because, like I said, it's just a family of 2 right now, and I don't like for things to expire. Maybe that's the food scientist in me. Over here I have corn and I have green beans, and that's all that's in this basket. Again, I can always look at this basket and tell that I have something on hand when I'm doing my grocery shopping. And so that's what I keep in that particular basket as well. Now on this shelf, let me kind of pan out so you guys can see that. I'm still working on this shelf. I haven't utilized all my space. I still have space to grow. But what I have on this shelf, I purchased these pieces from Kirkland's. I think it's about a year and a half ago. And I purchased these pieces from Kirkland's, and I thought these were a great deal. These were some canisters, and they came in a set of 3. And so I purchased 4 different sets, and I thought it was an excellent, you know, piece to add to my cabinet when I was making it over, because I could put things like rice and different packages of sauces and ranch and, you know, nuts and flour and sugar and all your traditional things in there. And then they also had these dispensers, which you guys know that these are the colors that I use throughout my home, and these are really good for everyday use if I'm hosting a dinner or anything like that. Now in the back I have some clear containers, and it's getting a little bit fuzzy, so I'm going to step back, but I have some clear containers that I could use to kind of grow, and that will help us as well. So we still have space to grow. Now on the 4th shelf, I have baked items. So these are anything that I use for baking, extra flour. I have sugar, you know, all those different things. And I also use a lot of hot sauce when I'm baking different meats. I like to base them in hot sauce. So all of my baked items are there. And again, when I get ready to bake something, I just pull that basket out, and everything is housed in that one basket. Now in the center is all of my miscellaneous items. That's typically where I keep, you know, all of my breaded type items, like, you know, breadcrumbs or bread or taco shells. Anything that I would use in the form of bread, I keep it in that basket. Over here is my sweet basket, and again, when the kids come visit us, I always like to have some little treats on hand. So the little not so good treats are the Skittles on top, and then we have cookies and crackers and little quick things that they can easily come in the cabinet and reach and get for themselves. And on the last shelf, I have cleaning items. So I have all my paper products, I have Lysol, I have air fresheners that are all on that as well. And on the very bottom, I reorganized that. I picked these baskets up from Ross just the other day, and I think they were like $13.99 for one and maybe $11.99 for the other one. And so I thought this was an excellent deal, and they housed the items that I had originally sitting on the floor. And a lot of times cereal boxes take up a lot of room on your shelf, and so I was really excited about this because I was able to put my cereal boxes and my chips in the same basket. And I was really excited about being able to maximize that space. And over here are all of the other boxes and entertainment pieces that I have, the utensil sets and all of the other things that I had just sitting directly on the floor that, you know, tended to get a little bit crowded. I put all of that on the bottom in that basket, and it looks really, really nice and neat now. And so I'm able to maximize that space. And so I was really pleased about how it came out. It didn't really take me long, and it was very cheap. So if you think about it, you know, $1 for each basket. I think I probably spent about $12 in the baskets from the Dollar Tree. These little 3-piece sets, I know that these were like $4 a piece, and I had a coupon, and so I spent around $3 a piece, so they were like $12 as well. And the 2 drink dispensers on the end were $5, so that was just $10 a piece. And the clear containers in the back were a gift from our wedding. And so I was really pleased about how this turned out. And if I needed some extra space, I could always, you know, put something on the back of the door or anything like that. So I think this was, you know, really, really well utilizing. It really utilized the space well. And so I'm really pleased with the way that it turned out. And like I said, if I make any other changes, it's definitely going to be to the labels. So overlook that handwriting for now. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of how I remade this pantry for under $75, $80. And again, I picked all the pieces up over time, and then I finally put it together. Now that doesn't include the basket. So let's say under $100. I forgot about the baskets at the bottom. And so that is the pantry. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like these videos and you want to see other projects that I'm doing this spring, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comment box below. And until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Bye-bye.